Welcome to our lesson on equations with fractional coefficients. This lesson is meant to be covered for Tuesday's classwork. So for equations with fractional coefficients, these are the steps to solving. First thing you're going to do is find the LCD, and after you find the LCD, you're going to multiply both sides of the equation with the LCD. So write that in part B. Multiply both sides with LCD, and last step, solve. So let's go ahead and just work on some practice problems for this topic. Please write on your paper 4x over 8 minus x over 6 equals 1/12. So to solve this, you're going to multiply both sides by the LCD. So first figure it out, and the LCD should be 24. So when you show your work, you multiply both sides by 24. You can either write it as 24 times the whole expression on the left, or you can distribute that 24 to each one already. And after you multiply both sides by 24, you should end up with the following equation. So now, instead of 4x over 8, you will have 12x. And instead of x over 6, you should have 4x, or negative 4x. On the right side, 1/12 of 24, or times 24, is 2. And just to make sure, I got 12x from taking 24 times 4x over 8, and 8 and 24 cross-reduce to just 3 over 1. And so 3 times 4x is 12x. Now I'm ready to just go ahead and solve, and I get the following. 8x equals 2. Divide both sides by 8, and I will get x equals 2/8. But you want to simplify your fraction as far as possible, so x is equal to 1/4. Now let's move ahead to the second practice problem, and this one you'll do on your own and submit your answer on the form. Alright, go ahead and please write on your paper 2y minus y over 2 is equal to y over 3 minus 7. Solve this on your own and go ahead and submit your response on the form. Make sure you are multiplying both sides by the LCD. Okay, if you are done copying down this problem, we are now going to move ahead to our third one. Okay, practice problem number 3 is a word problem. 1/3 of a number is for more than 1/5 of the number. Find the number. So first thing we're going to do is write an equation that fits the wording. Go ahead and write it on your own first before you see what I have, so that at least you can compare. Okay, so I translated it as 1/3 times n is equal to 1/5 n plus 4. You can also have n over 3 is equal to n over 5 plus 4. So first thing we're going to do is identify our LCD, and in this situation it's going to be 15. And again, your LCD, if you forget, you can just do your wedding cake. And to get your LCD, you pull out a common factor. In this case, I don't have one, so I just bring down the numbers. And your LCD are all the numbers on the outside of that cake. Oops. And my work is the following. So here I have 15 as my LCD. I multiply both sides by 15. On this side, make sure you distribute that 15 to both the 1/5 n and the 4. And when I multiply 15 times 1/3 n, I get 5n. And when I multiply 15 times 1/5 n plus 4, I get the following. And again, the goal of multiplying by an LCD when you have fractional coefficients is to eliminate those fractions. And it makes it easier because you have just whole numbers to deal with. And I get the following, where n equals 30. If you have any questions on this work, make sure you bring those questions to class tomorrow. And before we do our last problem, I was looking up things on proportions, and since we're on a unit that involves proportions, I looked up some proportions on the human body, and this is taken from data based on the European people. So if you take the bottom of your nose to the corner of your eyes, the distance from the bottom of your nose to the corner of your eye is equal to the distance, it's equal to the height of your ear. So you can take your fingers, not pick your nose, but measure the distance between here to here, and it should be the height of your ear. Interesting fact that I found. For your last problem in your notes, you are going to solve this. Minnie saved 1/6 of her earnings and used 2/3 for food and clothes. She has $15 left. How much did she earn? So you are going to be solving this problem and submitting your response on the form. I'm going to help you out by starting you off at least with the equation, which is, of course is the hard part. So if you have 1/6 of your earnings and you use 2/3 for food and clothes, and she has $15 left to just spend, how much did she earn? So you're assuming that this is money that she's not saving. This is money that she's spending. So how much did she earn? Since you don't know how much her earnings are, you're going to use X to represent that. Or sorry, how much she started off with, that's X. And she's taking away 1/6 of that and then using 2/3 again of the original amount, and she has $15 left. So the reason why it has subtraction is because you're taking away these amounts. So to solve, you're just going to solve for X, and that tells you how much she earned. Go ahead and solve this and submit your response. If you have any questions, bring them to class tomorrow. See you then.